Today, we are talking about Algeria, a North African country where Christians face a unique kind of persecution. If you think Christian persecution only looks like physical violence, think again. In Algeria, it looks like legal systems, surveillance, and shut doors. Algeria is a majority Muslim country with Islam being recognized as the state religion. Less than 1% of the population is Christian, with most of them being converts from Islam. But here's the problem: conversion from Islam is seen as betrayal, not just of your faith, but of your identity, of your family, and of your culture. Algeria has laws that criminalizes shaking the faith of a Muslim, which is vague enough for it to be abused. Pastors have been arrested for conducting church services and for having Bibles in their homes. And the government, they've launched a nationwide crackdown. Since 2017, dozens of churches have been forcibly shut down, not because they've done anything wrong, but because they refuse to stop preaching the gospel. Regulations are used as weapons. Your church isn't registered. We don't approve of your activities. Your building isn't safe. But we know what is really going on. They're trying to erase the Christian presence. If you are an Algerian Muslim who converts to Christianity, you risk being disowned by your family, fired from your job, physically attacked by your own relatives. Many have been beaten, some have been forced into hiding, and almost all of them face constant social rejection, no community, no protection. One young lady shared that when her father discovered that she had converted to Christianity, he locked her in a room for weeks and beat her every time she tried to talk about Jesus. Another believer was arrested for praying in his home with a few friends. His church had been shut down, and so he thought he could still meet for the fellowship and for worship and for prayer. Yet he was still caught. The church in Algeria may have gone underground, but they are still alive. Christians are still meeting, Christians are still worshiping, Christians are still preaching Christ. One Algerian pastor said, "The more they try to silence us, the louder our prayers become." So, how do we respond? We can pray, not just in passing, but in intercession. We can speak up, and by doing so, we amplify their voices. We can support through giving and through advocacy. In Hebrews 13, verses 3, it says, "Remember those who are in prison as if you are bound with them." Remember them. They are our family.